Thank you very much for being here, for the incredible work you're doing to help us pass the really historic tax cuts. There's never been anything like this in the history of our country. It's cuts and it's relief, and it's also reform. And frankly, it's also simplification. So we're covering everything. There has never been anything like it. And it's so important. The economy is doing very well, but it can do much better. A lot of jobs are going to come from this, and a lot of companies are going to start pouring back into the United States. In fact, we're going to be announcing one big one sometime very shortly, a very big one coming back into the United States. All of you have done a tremendous job mobilizing your members, talking to the members of Congress, which is very important, and making a strong case for tax reform in the media. The media is not all fake, so therefore we can get a fair shake. Now is the time to redouble our efforts. Your country needs you now more than ever before. You are leaders of this country and certainly leaders on this subject, and you know more about it than anybody. We need you to be united, committed, and proactive in order to overcome the forces fighting. And there are forces fighting out there that very much benefit by the way it is now, but that's bad for the country. They know that. But they're fighting for themselves. They're not fighting for the country. In a few days, I'll be traveling to Asia to advance America's economic and national security priorities. I'm counting on all of you to be back here working to maintain our momentum on tax reform and tax cuts. And that will be a short period of time. I'll be away for about 10 and a half days, and we'll get back very quickly. We're meeting in China, in South Korea, in Japan, we're going to Vietnam, we're going to the Philippines, which is a strategically important location where the previous administration was not exactly welcome, as you probably remember. The Democrats will say our tax bill is for the rich, but they know it's not. And what they will do is they don't even know the tax bill. The tax bill hasn't even been really put out yet. It will be over the next short period of time. But they immediately say, oh, it's for the rich, because that's the right thing to say. I mean, for them. But it doesn't work, and they know that. In fact, I think we'll have some Democrats joining us and voting for us for the reduced taxes, because it's a tax bill for middle class, it's a tax bill for jobs, it's going to bring a lot of companies in, and it's a tax bill for business, which is going to create the jobs. We're bringing it down from 35 down to 20. While I'm in Asia, members of my cabinet will be traveling all around the country, talking directly to taxpayers and focusing on the regional media, which we find to be a much more credible media, to be honest with you. In fact, I found it to be incredible how good they are. Of course, Secretary Mnuchin, Director Cohen, and my entire economic team will remain totally focused on tax reform. They'll be staying here, and we'll continue to work closely with all of you. They've had a great relationship with most of the people in the room. We need your continued input to make sure that the final bill gets all of the details right and that we get that approval. I want the House to pass a bill by Thanksgiving. I want all of the people standing by my side when we get ready to sign by Christmas, hopefully before Christmas. You'll all be in the room standing front row center. I think we'll be able to find a place where you can all stand front row center. It'll be a big event. It'll be the biggest tax event in the history of our country.